Entaro Tessadar, and welcome back to my channel, Funnel Protoss Players. Or if you're not a Protoss player, you might be a Zerg player, or if you're not a Protoss or Zerg player, you might just be a Terran player. In any case, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be looking at a game on Scrap Station, because Scrap Station is frigging awesome against SKS, aka Tester, and UED, who I don't have a clue who you are, but this is on the Korean servers, and hopefully it's going to be a pretty good game, because it's frigging Tester, and he's like the king of Protoss. Although that being said, after watching the GSL, I do love Hongun Prime, and I'm also liking Nirvana quite a lot on the southeastern Asian realms. Yeah, that'll do. So, we do see UED now throwing down the supply depot in a forward position, going to be obviously walling off this eventually, as well as SKS just throwing off his first piling in an interesting position. We usually see them throwing down pylons in these positions here in order to make sure you can scout for any kind of incoming push, just a little tad bit earlier, or even making a little wall off. Anyway, we do see a gateway now going down for Tester, as well as this first probe moving out across the map, which is a huge distance, and we also see UED sending out an SCV in order to do a bit of scouting as well. I'm hoping the sound levels are okay. I haven't checked, so if the sound levels are way off, like, you can flame me in the comments or whatever, but if they're not, then shut up and don't say a word. Anyway, we do see now a refinery going down for UED, as well as an assimilator going down for Tester. I'm going to call him Tester instead of oGssSKS, as that's quite long-winded in comparison to Tester. So we do see now this SCV dancing around a little bit in the base, as well as Testers dancing around in the base as well. Hopefully we'll see a little bit of harass with this probe, as that is going to be the future of StarCraft as dictated by Artosis and Tasteless. And we do see now this SCV poking away at this probe, and the SCV does go down to from a bit of assistance from a second probe. We do see now Cybernetics Core going down for Tester, nothing too strange here, as well as a very early tech lab on that barracks for UED. He's going Reaper Harass, and on this map Terran, for Terran players, Reaper Harass isn't as effective as it would be on most maps, simply because there is only really this ledge to abuse for the main, and there is only really this ledge to abuse for the natural. Although that being said, it does work against fast expanding Zerg quite well, jumping in between the main and natural expansion if he does expand early. Just in any case, I wouldn't suggest Reapers really on this map. However, we do see it moving out across the map right now, and we do see SKS Tester. Oh my god, I'm going to get so mixed up with all these names. Now throwing down a starport, so very good in these close positions in order to get starports out, even if it's just for Phoenix and nothing like bleh. I can't remember anyway. Anyway, this Stalker now catching this Reaper very off guard there. Going to be picking him off. Yes, picking him off. Very nice play from Tester there. He did see that the Reaper was moving out and suspected that it would be jumping up this ledge, using this probe as the initial scout for that Reaper. So very, very good-minded play there by Tester. What was I saying about this starport? Yes, even if you are just going for Phoenix against Terran or anything like that, very, very nice to have that Phoenix harass in place. And we do see now these two Stalkers moving out for Tester across the map. This SCV now coming out to have a little look around, does see these two Stalkers, but these two Stalkers are now moving back, as Tester does not feel overly confident with just two Stalkers. This SCV now going to come along to get a bit of scouting in, and we do see now two more gateways coming down for Tester, as well as a Void Ray in production. Concussive shells have already been researched for UED, and we do see now Stim is going to be researched. He doesn't have that many Marines to fend off this Void Ray push, so this Void Ray is now on its way over. Let's follow the Void Ray. Go Void Ray, go, go, go. Let's see how much damage he does. Hopefully he'll do loads. I don't know if he will though. We'll soon see. Oh, he does see these Marines and moves back a little bit, and he's going to micro the Void Ray away. I think he probably could take those 3 Marines just barely. He's going to need to get some charge up on maybe these buildings in order to be able to fend off these Marines, but there is now 4 Marines, so I'm not sure whether this is going to be as effective as Tester would like it to be. We do see now warp gates in production and almost finished for Tester, as well as just more Marines and more Marauders for UED. Obviously going a bit more marine heavy now as he has seen this void ray, although no more coming out for Tester from the starport front, so we'll see where he goes from there. Probably going to evolve into more of a ground-based army. This void ray is just for scare tactics as well as any kind of harass he would have been able to get had there not been a ton of marines here. Anyway, these marauders and marines now moving out across the map. It would be nice to see this void ray swing around and try and get some damage done to the base, and getting a little bit of damage done to that marauder, but it doesn't do too much damage to units when it's not charged up. Anyway, we do see Tester now throwing down this expansion, but cancelling this expansion once he sees that UED is moving out with this sizable force, and he doesn't have a whole lot to deal with this at this point. He's going to have to use these force fields very effectively in order to be able to push this away. Although UED now is moving back with these units. I'm pretty sure he saw this void ray coming for another swing around using that tower, so this void ray is going to run into those marines and run away with all his health intact, just taking the shields down a little bit. And now hopefully Tester is going to be charging up on something, but there is a missile turret here which is going to fend him off very easily at this point. We do see now that Tester is wanting to go for that next expansion, and he does have 2 gates down, which were in essence prepared for this expansion going down, but it seems that he's been denied that expansion for just a little bit. You do see a pylon going down at the front of Tester's base now, or the entrance of his base, and UED now breaking these rocks in order to be able to make sure he can move through here, just in case the void ray does want to use this path as an escape route. But this void ray still being extremely annoying for the Terran player at this point, although this huge force of UEDs is now breaking down these secondary rocks and is going to be in the base of Tester very soon. However, UED has Psylocked himself. I wonder if he is making a supply depot there, and now Tester's void ray is going to be able to charge up, no doubt. He's charging up on that. Oh no, he should have charged up on the SCV. Oh, and now I think that it's going to be taken down possibly by these marines. No, just barely escaping. Very nice move from Tester there, although he probably should have charged up on the command center. But a huge ball coming out, stimmed, and going to be taking out that Stalker. Nice force fields there in order to be able to block off any more advancing units. And the one poor marine there getting caught. And now Tester UED moving up into the base of Tester, but all those force fields going down in really nice positions, dividing and conquering the Terran army. Going to be warping in some more units at the back here, no doubt some zealots in order to be able to catch up with these units. Nice force field there, denying them any more movement through those areas. And another okay force field, but not as great as we would have liked it to. These marines are now going to go and kill a few probes, make themselves as worthy as they can before they do indeed die to these zealots. All these probes now moving out and going to be going to the natural expansion until these marines are dead, but the marines are now dead, and all these units going to be going to the natural expansion anyway by the looks of things, for the hell of it. Do you see now these marines trying to fend off this void ray, but this void ray is being annoying as usual. Still no kills on this void ray, but in essence it has paid for itself in all the hassle that it has given UED. A lot of marines now coming up with combat shields in order to be able to fend off this void ray once again. We do now see just this expansion of Testers now is fully fledged and is going to be up and running very soon at full capacity, as well as this nice ball of units for Tester just out in the front of the base, as well as a nice pylon in order to be able to warp units down onto this low ground. There's this void ray, and once again being very annoying. UED just keeping an eye on where it's going with this nice ball of marines in order to be able to make sure that he's not going to be able to pick anything off or even get charged up on any of these buildings, because once it does get charged it's going to be extremely annoying for the Terran player to deal with. High Templars now out for Tester, so we're going to see some Psystorm action rain down on this ball of units, and by the looks of things UED does not have his Starport out yet. He's just throwing down a faction